So there you have it. That's our finished casting deck. Good morning all, Crago here. Beautiful late autumn day here in Melbourne. Still pretty cool this morning. Supposed to get to, I think, about 18 today Celsius, so that's not too bad. Just doing a little job on the boat up in the bow where the seating is. I'm going to put in a little removable casting platform. So what I've got, I had an off-cut of plywood that I scored from a shop fit out that was getting demolished, and I've jumped the gun a bit. I've already sort of cut it to the basic shape, as you can see. So across the bow it's about 1450, and I found the centre and just measured back each side. So I've got this basic shape. These aren't straight either, so I've allowed a little bit further, and then I'll take it off as I need with the cordless planer to just get it fitting, not too snug, but snug enough it's not going to rattle around and wreck anything. So yeah, we'll get it up onto the bow and see how close I am with my measurements first go. Alrighty. Yeah, you know the old story, measure twice, cut once. I measured once. I've cut the depth 100mm short, which is a bugger because I actually had the depth on the sheet, but only just. So that's what we've ended up with. It's actually quite a good fit other than that. If you allow for the taper to the nose, but yeah, fortunately I have another bit of plywood, so this will act as a somewhat of a template, and I'll add the extra 100mm and cut the next one. Oops. Okay, so this is our first dry fit. It is a little snug. I've made it a little snug because I knew I'd have to scribe these sides a bit more, but I think that's going to be pretty close once I needs a bit more off this top corner there, both top corners, and then we'll just radius this a bit more, and then that'll sit short, but that'll then bring it forward enough to get the bottom to drop down. So let's mark it and go from there. Pretty happy with that. A little tight there, but once I radius that corner and radius them a bit more, radius that one, it should be spot on. It's the next day. My casting platform, I don't know what I did. I thought I was videoing it, turns out I wasn't, but I've given it 3 coats of marine varnish. I can't remember if it's a varnish or urethane or what, but after I sanded down the old urethane that was on it, so 3 good coats, let that dry. And I went and bought a roll of this stuff, which is a marine, boat deck sort of stuff. This was just off eBay. I think it was like 54 bucks for a 2.4 metre by, I don't know, a metre or something like that roll. Looks pretty good. I've stuck that on, and I'll show you the finished result. So there you have it. That's our finished casting deck. I've actually had it in and stood on it a bit, so it's got a few marks on it, but I'll show you what I've done on the other side. I had some offcuts, obviously, so I've just used them on the underside just as a bit of padding, just to protect the gel coat in the bow where the seats are. So let's stick it in and see how it looks. So this is the other bit I made yesterday while I was waiting between coats to dry. I had a bit of white perspex or acrylic left over from something or other I salvaged, and I've just cut it to size, and it's just to cover this gap. Full noise in winter, I reckon you're going to get a bit of a wind tunnel effect going through there. So when the casting deck's in, that'll come to there, and that'll cover that. Now, how I bent it, I've just put a 90 degree in there, and I've cut it around these clips that have the ribs to support the bow cover, so they can still fit. It's wobbled over a little bit, but still got to put a screw back in there. But yeah, there's lots of ways you can heat it up. If you bake it in an oven, warm it up, the whole thing ends up really floppy. So, and you got to make a bit of a template up. All I did, I got the heat gun out and just ran it along that edge, sat it against the bench, and then gradually just folded it over the edge of the workbench. I probably could have gone a little bit longer. I didn't quite get the radius of that as tight as I would have liked, but it's pretty good for a cheap sort of cheap fix, I suppose. Yeah, so let's hope that that'll keep a bit of the wind out when I'm running with the casting deck in. Let's see how this fits. There we go. Pretty happy with that. So as you can see, that blocks that gap nicely. The bit of wind you're going to get through there is going to be absolute minimum, so I think it'll be fine. It's got a bit of weight in it, so it's not going to blow up. And it's really comfy in bare feet, this stuff too. I'm really quite impressed by it. I think what I'll probably do is I'll end up doing the carpet in the back eventually, doing all the flooring. I don't know, I might keep the side pockets, the carpet on those. We'll see how we go, but for now, pretty happy with that.